Welcome. What is Titan? A no-code platform for Salesforce. What can you do with Titan? You can build forms, portals, document generation, e-signatures, maps, automation, and a lot more. Security is really important to us. Therefore, we are HIPAA compliant, PCI SSC compliant, GDPR 508, and ISO compliant. So, what are you waiting for? Schedule a demo with us at Form Titan and let us build the impossible for Salesforce.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining my session. Okay, the topic of my session is best of AppExchange free apps. Okay, so next slide. So the sponsors I already saw in other presentations. Okay, and myself. So I'm a manager at Amadeus IT Group, where I manage two teams that have Salesforce well installed. Okay, so working for with Salesforce. Okay. So first of all, I will also to say a big thank you to Mike, Phil, and Samuel, because when I did this presentation the first time, they helped me to collect this information. So this presentation is also part of the information I collect from them. So thank you to them. So today, what I will go to the overview of AppExchange and Salesforce Labs. Go to the top 15 apps, how to get started, and then Q&A. Okay. First, I will start with something that I don't know if you know about Steve Jobs and Mark Benioff, and this phrase that became famous. So, in fact, the name of App Store was something that came up and was initially registered by Salesforce, not by Apple. Okay, because the idea of AppExchange, I would say, was coming from Steve Jobs to Mark, and then AppExchange was created even before App Store. Okay, so I invite you to read the story; it's quite funny. And when everyone knows App Store and not everyone knows AppExchange, but in fact, the real App Store or the first App Store was for Salesforce, but they didn't like the name, so they chose AppExchange. Okay. So AppExchange, you may have other sessions about AppExchange. So just in 3 words, it's something that you always consider when you are trying to extend your CRM. Okay. The ready to install solutions, recommendations, learning path. There is plenty of things on AppExchange, and if you are like me, that we don't have time to implement everything that our users request. Sometimes it's good to look what someone already did instead of reinventing the wheel. Okay, and you can find more than 6 million apps available in AppExchange. Then something that is hidden, or it was hidden from me, some while ago, is Salesforce Labs. Okay, so basically it's something that is completely free, done by Salesforce employees. Okay, and then you can also customize to meet to your needs. Okay, so this is something that you can trust because it's made by Salesforce. Okay, and also something that I found I think is quite interesting. Some of the features they launch here, after a couple of time, they become part of Sales Cloud or Service Cloud. Okay, so they become part of the package. So it's quite interesting. One of the example is the app in guidance that you now have, and that was started with the labs. Okay. So now I go to the top 15. Okay, so I just have 20 minutes. So I go top 15. So just before, my idea on this was to collect the apps that are not dedicated only for Sales Cloud or for Service Cloud or other clouds. Okay, and this is something that is more common for our days as admins. Okay, so this is my selection of the apps. I'll not go into too much detail on the apps. I prefer to give you 15 apps that you can explore by yourself after, but to give you these 15 apps with the resume of what they are able to do, the value they will bring, and then you can by yourself go install and play with them. The main comment, everything is free of charge. So I've excluded any apps that have like a trial period or something. No, I want something that is free to use with the capabilities they have. Okay. So in 15th place is crisis responses application. Okay, so this is something launched this year in 31st of March. Okay, and this is Salesforce Labs application. So you can see in the bottom of my slide is also the source of this. Okay, you can see who did this app. And here also you're gonna have the link to the app, okay, and when they have last updated, because this is the information that is important as well. I was not picking an app that was updated 3 years ago, okay. It's important that the app keeps updated. So I try to keep the apps that were more recently updated, okay. And for this one, the crisis responses application, you can see here the gift rotating, okay. It's information you have available on AppExchange. So it's really on this crisis moment that we are all living. It's an application. It's some pre-built modules already that you can install. For example, to manage your workforce and location, so your office are closed or not. The employee needs, okay, to understand if they request from working from home, or now if they want to request coming to office, okay. Then also to share information and notification, and of course with corresponding report and dashboard. So if you are Salesforce, you have plenty of users on Salesforce on your organization, this is something that you can give instead of managing some kind of Excel or whatever. Okay, so I felt this very interesting, and I just added to my slides because it's really something that helps us on this situation. So next one, 14. So action plans. So this is something interesting to help on the productivity and also on automation. Okay. So to streamline sales rep follow-ups, for example, also to manage to accounts, opportunities, contact, and leads. And then you have templates that you can work. So as you know, the sales our sales users, normally it's difficult to get their adoption, even though with Salesforce it's much easier than other applications. And with this, it really helps to guide them. Okay, so it's good for them because it guide them what they need to do, and also for the management because they also take a structured approach. Okay, so and this I took it, even though it's updated in 2016, it's something that it's quite interesting. Okay, to have. Next one, MagicMover. Okay, MagicMover. So not all of us and not all of you are already in Lightning. So for those that are not, or also for those that are still using attachments instead of files, this is something very good to help you to make this migration. Okay, it's something provided by Salesforce Labs also. Okay, not only the move attachments, also the upgrade of page layouts and convert classic notes. Next one, Agile Accelerator. Most of you, well, a lot of people working with Salesforce, we use Agile, and sometimes you need app to do that. Salesforce have making this for free to use this to make Agile project management. Okay, backlog, sprints, user stories. You integrate your backlog with other Salesforce, so it's also interesting. These, for example, if you ask your users to log cases for support on Salesforce, and you can then integrate these with this tool. It is quite interesting. Okay, and also the different visualizations and the reports associated. And as you can see, updated this year. 11. So this is not by Salesforce Labs, it's by Infosys, okay? And this is something that is very interesting when you have a lot of sandboxes to manage. It was my situation. So it really gives you a visual of your sandboxes, okay? And you can get some reports on this. It really helps when you have a lot of sandboxes to manage. Okay. Now go to the top 10. Sales dashboards. Okay, this is something already common for most of you, but never enough to remember that this is very important with the metrics, also to help the sales team to track their progress. Okay, so bunch of sales dashboards that are coming, and you just need to install with no risk, and then you adapt to your needs. Okay. Number 9, clone this user. So I love these duplicates. You will love. As you know, we never love duplicates, but in this case, it's the opposite. So how many times you receive a request of creating a new user and they just say, give to this user exactly the same rights of the other user. Okay. With this, it's great because you use the user, and they also copy the related data. Okay. So something that was taking you some time to do, or maybe you already have some Apex that you do, it's okay. But here, if you don't have nothing, you can put this, and you don't need to make a process, implement a process to make this clone. Okay. And again, update it this year. Number 8, adoption dashboards. Okay, I mentioned the sales dashboards. Of course, adoption dashboards. We cannot. This is something that for us admins, it's our day to day. So, and all these metrics here that are very important for us to control the logins and everything. So most of you probably already have, but still, not everyone has the same level of maturity in Salesforce. It's very important to share this information, that this has 42 reports and 3 dashboards included. Okay. Number 7, add multiple rated records. So this is the first one that you have here. That is a flow template. So as you know, Salesforce is pushing and investing a lot on flows, that we are also starting to use a lot on our organization. And this is an example how can be simple. You add, you search, select, and add multiple records at once. Okay, and here in the gift, animated gift, you can see the different steps, and it's really interesting to have this. And instead of you creating the logic, you already have it. Okay. So for example, contact rules to case, related child cases to case. Okay. And then you can take it, and then you can use it for other objects as well. 6, the 6th position, tracker employee onboarding. Okay. Something that is common to all the clouds. We always have new users coming, okay? And you can give the normal training, or you can have something more fun. And that's what Salesforce did. And this is fun, okay? You make onboarding fun. You do something deliver role-based, okay? And with some gamification. And this is, again, you just need to install. Okay, and then you make some setup, but most of the work is done. Okay, they also came with the setup guide to help you on this. Again, invite you to try this app. So let's go to the top 5. Popups. Okay, so we all know we have the popups different ways. This gives you the flexibility to have different types of pop-ups. You can see on the gift, you can have the normal pop-up when you save a record, and here give you different pop-ups that you can have in your application. Okay, so it's, for example, 3 styles: the model, the toast, and the flow. Okay, again, it's an increment on the capabilities of your Salesforce without you to know the code behind to implement. In the 4th position, we have Octopus. So this is from Astrea IT. And this is something, again, common to everyone. So it means that documenting what we are doing, it's very important. Having something structured about all the objects and everything, it's very important. but it's time consuming, okay, and it takes time. With this, it really helps you to export the data and keep the documentation up to date. Okay, it's really useful. Okay, next one. We go to the top 3. Okay, I don't know the time. I hope I'm not taking too much time. Third position, we have change management login. Okay, that was just a note. It was hard for me to make the grading of the tools because some of the apps are really, really interesting. And this one was one that I was about to consider this as one of the best ones. But why? Because sometimes our users, they don't read our emails, they don't look at our Shutter posts, and sometimes you really need to pass that message to them they cannot miss. So how can we do it? At the login. As soon as they log in, and you can see in the gift, they log in, they get the message, okay? And they can also act on this message, okay? For example, did you read the last updates on the release? And they put yes or no, okay? So, and this again, you just install and then you can start using. It's very, very good, okay? The second place, we have Jitterbit Data Loader, okay? So this one is for data management. Again, it's common to everyone. All of us, we use, Import Wizard. Most of us, I think we use Data Loader or Data Loader IO. And this is something that gives us a boost if we have a lot of data to import into Salesforce. This app, on top of the things that it can do, for example, the monitoring and also the connectivity and everything, one of the things that it raised my attention also was the fact that in Dreamforce last year, they were the winners of developer apps. Okay, so I felt that this is also a good reason, on top of what I read and what I see here with this application. It's also a very good reason to place this in the second position. Okay, even though it's listed since 2012, but this in this case it's an API only. There is no user interface. Okay. So last one. So the winner is, on my opinion, again. Okay. So I invite you to try them and see what you need more. Consent capture. Okay. So basically, it's the way that you manage your customers' privacy into Salesforce. So I'm from Europe. In Europe, there is the GDPR law that I think is also in US. There is also kind of this law, or also in Asia. But here in Europe, the last year was really a theme, was really a subject, was GDPR. Okay, how can we implement this in an easy way without making a lot of customization and making in a user-friendly way? Okay, these labs, it really allows you that, okay, with the customer preferences, with the user-friendly interface, as you can see here on the animated gift, the user-friendly approach, okay, and also the flexibility that you have to change if you want, but the work part is done. Okay, someone give you a house, and now you just need to see what you want to put as a color and everything, or the floor, it will be different, but the house is done. Okay, the thing is there. For me, I fully agree, and this was the winner of the Dreamforce Demo Jam on Salesforce Labs. It was considered the best lab in Dreamforce, and I fully support this. This is really good. Okay. So the ways to get started today. Okay, so first of all, install these apps. As I mentioned to you, there is the link of each of the apps. There is the link to the app that you can click and go on it. I think the presentations will be shared, so you're gonna have the possibility to have this. Okay. I invite you also to explore all the labs solutions, okay, that are available, and also to visit their GitHub. Okay, it's very, very interesting. Okay, they are always publishing these and promoting these more and more. Okay, of course, if you want, connect them on social to get the updates. And a big thank you to you. And now we go to the slides of the codes that I don't have here because, as mentioned before, this is a recording. And now we go to the question and answers to answer to you. Okay, so thank you very much, and waiting your questions. Feel free to ask me anything you want.